What's going on? This your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. The first time that I ever heard Ty Dolla Sign was the first Beach House mixtape, and since then I've been a fan. Beach House 1 and 2 were amazing. I would say Beach House 1 is a classic. And then he announced that he was working on a third installment. Now, in many ways, Ty Dolla Sign has changed over the years since those first two mixtapes. You can say that his content is a lot more toned down, but in the same regard, he's evolved as an artist in a sense that he's still able to craft and put together a song as well as he did back then. Really, the biggest change is the content. And so I was a little nervous because I was like, okay, is this going to actually fit into like the Beach House series, or is it just going to be a project with a name attached to it? So I wasn't sure what to really expect. The question is, does Beach House 3 satisfy my itch for Ty Dolla Sign's music, or will it be another disappointment like some of his last couple projects for me personally? Now let me talk about my favorite songs, starting off with X featuring YG. Let me run down 3 reasons why this song is on the list. The first is, of course, it's the dynamic duo of Ty Dolla Sign and YG. These guys have more great songs together than bad ones. Over the years, they've been working together and are still killing it. X, I think, might be up there as one of their best collaborations. If I were a person that did a bunch of list videos, I would probably have this within like the top 3. My second reason why this is on the list is because it samples one of the greatest remixes of all time. 112's Only You remix, which features none other than the Notorious B.I.G. and Mace. Now that remix is iconic, and as soon as you hear X, you can recognize that sample that they use. It's just, you can't miss it, and it fits so like effortlessly into the song as well. I really love the way that it is, because it doesn't sound like they're trying to use that sample and like make a similar thing. No, they're trying to use that, they're trying to make their own song and then insert this sample into that. So it very much sounds like a YG song with that sample included. The third reason is because I liked YG's verses. Essentially, it's just one verse, but it's kind of broken into 2 pieces. Like the third verse is like a couple bars, the second verse was a little bit longer, but ultimately it, like, if you were to put it together, it's just one verse. But I like the way that they broke it up. It fits into the song. It also adds into like the collaboration element between Ty Dolla Sign and YG, you know, them kind of doing the hook back and forth, you know, just actually making it feel like an actual collaboration song. My other favorite record is called All the Time, aka the most melodic song on the album. I love this one so much. This is a really good example of Ty Dolla Sign understanding what it means to craft a potential hit single. I feel like the lyrics are simple and sweet. The pre-hook and actual hook are very catchy. And also I gotta give him bonus points for the subject matter, because it's different than some of the other songs on the album, but it still fits into the overall Beach House theme. This is something that I really was like listening to and enjoying and eventually singing, and oh man, I love this song a lot. My 3 honorable mentions are as followed. First up is Don't Judge Me featuring Future and Sway Lee, aka 2 guest features that are like cheat codes. If you have these 2 on your song together, that's like an automatic win. I don't know how you can have a bad song if you put these 2 together. My second honorable mention is Message in a Bottle. I like this one because it's real true R&B Ty Dolla Sign, and it sounds like nothing else on the entire project, so I had to include it on there. I praised this before the album came out, and I'm going to praise it long after the album is out. My last honorable mention is pretty much a simple pick, but it's a Beach House staple. It's something that you cannot call this a Beach House album, mixtape, or whatever. if you do not have a Nate Howard intro. Nate Howard has had some very classic intros on Beach House 1 and 2, and it just wouldn't be the same if he didn't pop up and do some spoken word. Now, it's at the very end of the album, which is kind of weird, but I kind of get what Ty's going for. Maybe he's trying to symbolize that you're at the end of the album, but you're really starting, and you can just start it over again and get right into the first track, which is Famous. So I get what he was going for in that sense. Now let me talk about my least favorite songs, starting off with Don't Sleep on Me featuring Future in 24 Hours. I think the high-pitched voice that Future does on this song is my least favorite voice of Future. I just really can't enjoy it. I also feel like 24 Hours is on here and he just spits a very dull verse. It's one where he's talking about his Gucci jacket and how he's up next. Does it fit into the song? Absolutely. But I won't excuse a bad verse no matter how well it fits into a song. I just feel like maybe this concept was designed to fail. I think it's just one that is overdone. You know, don't sleep on me, don't creep on me. Like, we get those ideas so often, and on an album that has a lot more to offer than this record, this one is definitely one that I feel I'll just sweep under the rug and forget that it ever existed. The other least favorite that I wanted to highlight is titled Side Effects. Now, Side Effects is in no way a bad song. I'll explain why it's on the list in a second, but I have to say that Ty Dolla $ign is great at doing these songs that shows that he doesn't need to be put into a box. You cannot put this guy into a box. His musical tastes are very diverse, and so I love when he's able to do a song that has like that island feel to it, that real, like, you know, just a fun, warm vibe. That's the record. That's like what you get when you hear this record. You think of like summertime in a sense. And the reason why it's on this list is because the hook is really confusing and bad. It's an unknown woman singing, and I can barely understand her. Now, I don't know who the audience is for this hook, but it's clearly not me if I can barely understand it. I feel like the verses were good, but the hook is something that just ruins it. While 20 songs on Beach House 3 is too much, I never felt like the album was too long. A lot of the songs on here are, 2 minutes, and there's some skits throughout. So all in all, you're listening to 20 songs in under an hour, which is something that's kind of rare. But it never felt like an exhausting listen. I never walked away thinking, damn, I really listened to 20 songs and I'm exhausted from it. No, I would definitely trim a couple songs off of here. But for the most part, I feel like Beach House 3 might be the best album that Ty Dolla $ign has been able to make since, I would say, Beach House 2. I've openly spoke about how I wasn't a big fan of like Free TC and Campaign, but Beach House 3, yeah, this is definitely the one. I wouldn't be surprised to see some more like push and promo for this album. There's definitely some hidden gems on here that could one day turn into a hit single, but it all depends on what Atlantic Records and Ty Dolla $ign wants to do. It's very clear that Ty has moved on from some of the stuff that made the original Beach House mixtape so spectacular, but that's honestly just a part of artistic growth. I look at it like, as long as Ty Dolla $ign is being true to himself and the music is good to us, then the Beach House brand continues to be a robust brand. So those are my thoughts on Ty Dolla $ign's Beach House 3. After you listen to this album, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter @SermonsDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.